Hello, welcome, what's good? Tone here, ready for another Dominion Daily. Been having a blast with these. Sticking with the tier 2 cards for now. Learning a little bit more every game. Getting a better feel for these cards. Like I think last time we learned a lot about Seer, which I haven't seen too much yet. So let's jump right into the next one. By the way, if you guys want to support the channel and my other related projects, feel free to check out patreon.com/tonehack. Let's see. Trash 2 cards from your hand if you did gain a silver. Remodel trashes, but slowly. I think Trading Post is a good trasher. I think we want Trading Post and Remodel. Remodel can turn silvers into 5-cost cards. There are no villages here. We went with stables and remodels? Or stables and silvers? Bureaucrat good here? We open with a silver regardless, because I'm not taking storeroom. Probably grab a poacher here. Or I should grab remodel, I think. Silver remodel sounds like a good opening. Oh, they got Trading Post first with a 5-2. That's a huge advantage, I think. And that gives them silvers too. Sometimes I wonder if we lose. You don't lose from a move like that, but I think if we were at, like... You get a first turn advantage, so I don't know what that is. Maybe we had like a 55% chance of winning. Them opening 5-2 on this board, like I feel like maybe shifts that by like 20% or something. I don't know, these are just arbitrary numbers, but it's not good. I'll go ahead and grab a poacher. Poacher is non-terminal, which is important on this board. We really need to keep track of how many terminal actions we grab, because we can only play one per turn. We have 5 here. Okay, we can get to a Trading Post right away too. So they only really get to play this one more time than us. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. The thing is, I had to buy a silver, but they got 2, which buys nothing. Maybe it's not as bad as it seemed at first. Poacher's going to be really big on this board. For 4 costs, I think we grab another one. Wheelwright. You may discard a card to gain an action card costing as much or less. This feels like a pretty good card, but I haven't used it too much. Because you can like discard gold and grab 5-cost cards. It's a cantrip. It seems good in a card where you draw through your deck, so you can just redraw the card you discarded and also the card you gained. 3 here. I don't think we want storeroom. Again, terminal action. Council room has plus buy on it if we want plus buy, and it feels a lot better. Salvager is interesting. I mostly like this if we can get a lot of gold, because it gives you the plus buy, and then it gives you a lot of money back if you trash a high-cost card like that. I think we grab a silver? If we regret it later, we can always trash it again. Trading Post, I guess. They like the storeroom. Trading Post puts the silver right into your hands. So we actually have 6 right now. I can go for gold. Wheelwright can help us fill up with poachers, which is interesting. An extra gain, pretty good. Stables is really intriguing to me though, because I think we're gonna have a lot of treasure. Let's grab a Stables. We have 5 to spend here again. Maybe I grab the wheelwright this time. Wow. 7 to spend. I'll grab another Stables. I think these are going to be pretty strong on this board again. Stables, poachers are going to be strong here. They've trashed. I've only played Trading Post once. They're up to 3 or 4 times. Trading Post, discard 2 estates. Can actually grab a province now. On a board where I think it's going to be hard to double province. That is tempting. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some pressure on them. It might not be that hard to double province on this board. With stables and council rooms. Maybe that was a misplay. They just played their only action this turn. Also, salvagers let you burn through the province pile pretty quick, because you can trash a province to gain one in the buy phase. We can grab another province here again. I'm gonna put pressure on them. I don't know if making your deck better earlier is going to be smarter, but I feel like taking advantage of that to put more pressure on them. Like, if I get a 3rd one here, it's hard to catch up to a 3 province deficit. We're not going to hit province every turn, but we'll be able to get there a lot. Actually, getting a salvager to just bring down the province pile could end up being pretty strong. They have a few golds in salvager, and salvager trashing golds gets you to province pretty fast too. Let's see. This is 6, 7 to spend, so I'm not going to get to province right now. I think I'll trash a copper and a silver to get another copper out of my deck, and then I'll have 6 to spend here. I think I might just grab a stables, because they seem to be the most reliable draw card right now. Salvager's pretty good. Salvaging silver, what do we want to grab? Since I'm up right now, I think Salvager can get me to more provinces, but I think Stable is going to make my deck pretty consistent here. Salvager is another terminal action, which leads to less consistency. So less consistent turns, but the ability to bring down the province pile faster, which is what we want to do, because we have an advantage right here. Getting that pile down as fast as possible is going to be big for us. But I just like the consistency of stables in our deck right now with all this treasure. It's not too hard for us to draw 4 silvers to buy another province, if we can keep drawing cards with stables. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to spend here. I think we go to stables again. Opponent is spending some time to think here. I do like we have a province in our hand, but with a poacher and 2 stables and a treasure we can discard, it looks like we have a potentially good turn here. Storeroom's a card I don't have much of a feel for. Discard any number of cards and draw that many. So it's kind of like a cellar in that way, but then you discard cards again to get +1 each. It works pretty well if you can discard and then you have enough draw to redraw them, and it also gives you a +buy. Should have played poacher first, that was a mistake. I wouldn't have drawn a popper anyways. Is the main reason we would have done that. Keep grabbing those provinces. They had a dud turn there. Well, they got a duchy, which isn't nothing, but I think anything but grabbing a province is a dud turn. So we're up by what? 8 right now? I only have 7 to spend this turn, so we had a bit of a dud turn as well. Should I just grab a salvager? It's going to go into our discard pile. We're probably not going to see that before the game ends. And we want a duchy as well. We're up by 11. They can't really buy a province. It might be their best chance of winning and hoping that I have a dud turn. Yeah, okay. I didn't want to grant that if they had already drawn their cards. But they were on the part where it asks you to discard. See, they made the mistake I did before, where they probably didn't have copper in their hand, so they were supposed to play poacher before. I don't like using undos like that. I like to just kind of own up to my mistakes and learn from them. And I've had some runs where I made it just something incredibly stupid, which probably cost me the game, but I just dealt with it. I guess if you're like really concerned about your rank and stuff, people want to not make stupid moves. Two buys. We're not quite at province duchy. So we're up by 4 right now, so if I can grab a province this turn, we win. It's a very good position to be in. Can we get there though? Oh, this is not looking good so far. We got it. We got there. Interesting run. Another one of those inconsistent boards, but no villages to start an engine, not a lot of trashing to go around. A deck built around silver, which is just usually not what you want to be doing. Silver is a bad card outside of the early game, I think. But you know, in the game of Dominion, every card has its time to shine, and this was Silver's time. Actually, we had around the last Dominion Daily, our opponent had a good Silver deck too. It's interesting how sometimes you have some like really strong strategies. Like Council Room was going to be good in this deck because you could have gotten to double province eventually. Wheelwright was going to be pretty strong in this board, but we were just able to get in the game faster than time would have allowed those strategies to develop. And I'm not good at recognizing that right now. Is like I feel like I can see what like where I want my deck to be, like when it's going to be the smoothest. I'm not always good at recognizing that those are too slow, which is maybe something I have to learn. But I feel like we do recognize that as I'm playing, like we did here, and I just said I think it's time to start buying provinces, and that's what's ultimately paid off. Cool stuff. Yeah, Stables deck. Fun times. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.